The bite that wasn't fear's deadly grip. He feared the bite, so he cut before the poison could. In a terrifying moment of panic, a man made a split-second decision that stunned doctors and left an indelible mark on his life. After being bitten by a snake, convinced he had been struck by venom, he did the unthinkable. He cut off his own finger. There was no hesitation, no second opinion, just fear, instinct, and a desperate will to survive. The man believed the venom would spread quickly through his bloodstream. He thought every second counted, that amputation might be the only way to stop death from creeping through his veins. In his mind, the choice was simple: lose a finger or lose his life. But when he arrived at the hospital, breathless and bleeding, doctors ran tests and delivered a twist that turned his world upside down. The snake wasn't venomous. The bite wouldn't have harmed him. The danger wasn't in the fangs, it was in the fear. Panic over logic. The story is not just about a snake bite. It is about the speed at which panic can override reason. In moments of crisis, the human brain often defaults to survival instincts, bypassing rational thought. For this man, the fear of venom was so overwhelming that it eclipsed everything else. He didn't pause to identify the snake. He didn't wait for symptoms. He acted on terror alone. Doctors later explained that the species of snake was harmless, incapable of delivering venom. The bite was painful, yes, but not life-threatening. The amputation, however, was irreversible. What he thought was saving his life had instead cost him a part of himself. The psychology of fear. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in human behavior. It can sharpen our senses, heighten awareness, and trigger fight-or-flight responses. But it can also distort reality, magnify threats, and push us into catastrophic decisions. In this case, the man's fear created a narrative in his mind: venom equals death, and cutting off the finger equals survival. That narrative was so convincing that he acted without question. His body became the battlefield between instinct and reason, and instinct won. Psychologists often describe this as catastrophic thinking, the tendency to imagine the worst possible outcome and react as if it were inevitable. Once the thought took hold, his actions followed. A haunting reminder: he survived, but his finger didn't. And his story now stands as a haunting reminder that sometimes what we believe can be more dangerous than what is real. The bite was harmless. The snake was not venomous. Yet the fear of what might happen drove him to a decision that permanently altered his life. It is a lesson in the fragility of human judgment under pressure, a reminder that fear unchecked can be more destructive than the threat itself. Beyond the bite, this incident has sparked conversations among doctors, psychologists, and survival experts. How do we train ourselves to pause, to assess, to resist the pull of panic? How do we balance instinct with reason when seconds feel like lifetimes? The answers are not simple. Fear is primal, hardwired into our biology. But stories like this highlight the importance of education, awareness, and calm decision-making in emergencies. Knowing which snakes are venomous, understanding symptoms of envenomation, and trusting medical professionals could prevent tragedies born of fear. The legacy of a choice. For the man, the scar is permanent. His missing finger is a daily reminder of the night fear took control. He tells his story not to shock, but to warn. He wants others to know that panic can be as dangerous as poison, that sometimes the mind creates threats more lethal than reality itself. His tale is not one of failure, but of humanity. It shows how fragile we are when confronted with uncertainty, how quickly instinct can override logic, and how costly those moments can be. The snake bite was real. The venom was imagined. The fear was fatal to his finger, and the lesson endures. In the battle between fear and fact, it is often fear that bites hardest.